Jeff Tan, I saw you taking. You guys, wait. Hi, Elisa. Jeff Tan, I see you here making bets, man. Who's gonna? What are the odds? Somebody lost some money. I made it. Yeah, fam. You know what? Summer's crazy, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be like this. Will all get into order soon. It's just a matter of things getting in the way of what we like to do as far as we get and it separate us. There's always somebody or something trying to keep me from getting to the show. It's okay. They can't keep it. They can't do it. Even relatives, especially Raider-loving relatives. Okay, don't get into that. Okay. Hey. I'm looking at 13 days left, fam. 13 days left before camp opens up. And, of course, the 14th day, we're allowed to come in and check them out while they're working out. Let's get into this right now. Headlines. Jimmy G makes a comparison of Rob Gronkowski and George Kittle. What? He did. Also, with all the football education that Jimmy G has absorbed from the now living legend Tom Brady and a host of top coaches, with his skills, could he possibly fail? Let's look into that a little bit and make your own predictions, all right? I tell you what, let me just get into this. Jimmy G has been working hard since the injury to improve in the mental aspect of his game while his body has been healing. You already know about that. He studied with his quarterback coach, Rich Scangarello, who is now the OC with the Broncos. At times, G would have a chance to continue learning from head coach Kyle Shanahan. Of course, he was usually focused on getting his healthy quarterbacks prepared for games, so only a certain amount of time there. And then, and the league has rules, there's mandates saying coaches and players are not allowed to collaborate during this date here and this date. I always wonder, what is the point of that? I mean, really, what is the point of that? Coaches should be able to stay in connection with their players all year round. I don't understand this. There's no advantage to be had by anyway. And when Coach Shanahan wasn't available, Jimmy G worked out for a few weeks with Coach's dad, exactly, which I was really delighted with that. G could have been working out with the dad the whole time. There's no rules saying players can't work out with the coach's dad, all right? And I guess they'll probably say, well, I don't know, if it's former head coach Mike Shanahan, we may have to lay out some legislation toward former Hall of Fame coaches as well. So Jimmy's been like a sponge this whole offseason. He recently studied with Tom House and his team at 3DQB in SoCal. During the team's break before training camp, you knew about that. They made it public. They announced it. We all knew about it. Jimmy G's out there hustling up knowledge, pure knowledge. G recently did an interview with Kevin Clark of The Ringer, answering a few questions pertaining to what was his prerogative during this offseason time. And Jimmy just responded with, quote, you don't want to change your entire throwing motion this close to the season. Thank you, Jimmy, for being smart enough to know that. He goes on to say, so it's more about getting into their program, learning how they teach, and maybe everything they teach doesn't apply. It was a good opportunity to meet some intelligent minds, unquote. Jimmy G, all right? Guy's not fooling around. He's not taking anything for granted. And I don't know if he's hearing the critics out there saying, man, we don't know what we got here with Jimmy G, man. He came out. He's only played like 6, 7, 8, 9 games, man. All we know is he's done this and that. And he's thrown a bunch of INTs. You know, the critics are out there. They never stop. They never rest. All right. But all of this work is to help improve him as a passer. Still, Jimmy G can look back to his time with Brady and remember the valuable lessons learned from Tom Terrific in New England. One of those lessons involved Brady's unmatched attention to detail and preparation for games. And G described it as, quote, the preparation as a whole was tremendous just to see it, to be in the same room as it, to learn from it. To be a rookie and see that, it was invaluable. I could barely put into words what you learn is playing the game within the game. And that's a big part of Tom. He says, I don't even know if he told me that directly, but he would always talk about the game within the game. Fam, think about that a minute. What does that mean? The game within the game. Because I got all kind of thoughts rushing through my head when you say that, you know? The game within the game. Does that involve your own mental capacity to process all that's going on around you? Can you make it work for you? Can you be a success as you step on that field, you're looking at your opponents. Are they looking grizzly to you? Are they looking unbeatable? Do you feel omnipotent? Can you steamroller these guys? The game is mental, fam. The game within the game comes on what you've been working on all week long. This is only my interpretation of it. You come up with your own. He says, I don't even know if he told me that. He would always talk about the game within the game. He would talk about the snap count, and he'd say you're going to go on 2 on this play, and he'd have a specific reason for that. And that's not the coach is telling you. That's a player playing the game within the game. I like that. The game within the game. Come up with the A. Tell me what you feel about that. And he says, it's the little things, the little details, and how he ties them all together. That's what separates you. But you know what? That interpretation is going to be different with anybody who's ever played the game or playing the game currently is going to look at that. That's one of those open-ended thoughts that could just go on and on and on. If you get a bunch of people in a room, a bunch of ball players together, anybody for that matter, they come up with all kind of concepts. And you just connect them dots. Use whatever you can use, right? Garoppolo's also asked about another player who was amongst the best to ever play the position, and that is, of course, Gronk, Rob Gronkowski. And who better to make the comparison between Rob Gronkowski and George Kittle and Jimmy G? He's seen them both in action. He's thrown to both of them. So there's no reason to make things up on this matter either. Besides, Kittle just put Gronk in the rearview mirror as far as setting a new bar for single season average. So when people say things like, oh, come on, man, you 49er fans, man, you guys go too far, man. George Kittle, been playing 2 years? You got to compare him to Gronk? Hell yeah. You know what? Last year, I made the mistake. You know, a lot of 49er fans are the biggest skeptics in the world. I made the mistake. You know what? George Kittle could actually be an MVP the way he plays. I said that at the end of the last season. I got flame. Where them bees now? Yeah, good. Tight end can't get an MVP. That's usually player, quarterbacks and such. Okay, I understand all that. But George Kittle's skill sets are invaluable. So, and I knew it. And coming into the season, I didn't know he was going to go this far. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know he was going to be this much of a badass, but I knew he had the potential. You can just see it in George Kittle, right? So, as I say, Jimmy G is currently wait. As I say, besides Kittle, I'm sorry. Jimmy G now currently has one of the best in the game at his disposal in George Kittle, as I mentioned. And G was asked to compare the two and how different they are from one another. To which he responded with a hilarious observation. Because, of what we've seen of George Kittle, you can tell this dude's a real character. Now, he's a hard-working dude, but anytime you catch it, and I always had my own feeling, because I got a thing about the WWE. I've always had. And, around some people, we all know them. If you're a WWE fan, and let's say you're over to your friend's house or relative's house, something like that, and it's like whatever time the WWE matches come on, hey, can I turn over to the WWE? What? Man, it's time for SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? I watch Monday Night Raw and I watch SmackDown. Can we check it out? No, Ronbo, man. We don't watch that here. And the kids are in here. I don't want watching that crap. Go home. All right, fine. I will go home. He says about George Kittle. Jimmy G says, no, they are very similar. I had a locker next to Gronk for a number of years. I got to experience that firsthand. George is very similar. I think it's as simple as catching a pass in practice. Now, this is just one observation of Jimmy's that makes that comparison. He says, you think it's a nothing pass. It's just a nothing pass. And all of a sudden, the guy is running around like he scored the winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. It's incredible. Day in and day out, it's contagious. It's Gronk. It's Kittle. Fam, look out. We may have the next Hall of Fame tight end already in the second year in George Kittle. I can't wait to see what he does this year. Because defense is going to be clamping down on George hardcore. They think, probably just like they did with Gronk back in the day, you stop George Kittle and possibly you stop the 49ers, which is probably essentially true. But you stop George, and Kyle's already made reservations for that, too. Go ahead, stop George. That's why I got him. While you're at it, you should be concerned about Marquise Goodwin, one of the fastest humans on the planet. While you're working on him, I got other receivers like Dante Pettis, whom not a lot of cornerbacks can even cover. So go ahead. I got a new kid named Deebo Samuel. We haven't tested him out just yet. But we feel like he runs routes as good as anybody in the NFL already. So work on Kittle and work on anybody else that you feel is going to kill you. We'll kill you in other ways. By the way, I got a couple of running backs back here that know how to run patterns too. They call him Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon. And by the way, one of my best receivers we didn't even know about, Matty B. I got a fullback that's went to the Pro Bowl because he knows how to make catches as well. You see, Kyle could sit up in a booth. Did you see that movie where the guy had that big metal monster he used to take from matches? And he had nothing but a joystick and everything. But Kyle could stand up there. He could, wire people up down on the field and just push their buttons. I mean, it gets really stupid when you look at offensive weapons. Fam, don't let anybody tell you this team ain't ready to roll. What this team needs is maturity. That's all they need. And for the next 5 years, you're going to hear a lot about the 49ers, and they are normally going to be heard in the conversation of that window's wide open. What are these guys, 24, 25? Somewhere down in there? You know Kyle Shanahan's going to open these. He's going to add more offensive weapons every year like he's been doing for the last 2 years. This is inside of 2 years. The 49ers have put together an offensive nucleus that looks like a beast. Oh, man. And then, we might win 6 or 7 games. I'm not going to do it. Okay. Anyway, Fernando Sanchez. Hey, did you see the Josh Norman jump over a bull in Spain? Everybody's getting the Marquise Goodwin. Marquise is going out to the African jungle and doing things. I mean, it's got to be a fashion now. He said that bleep was crazy. Couldn't imagine what the Redskins thought when they saw that video. I don't know about jumping over a bill. You need to be concerned about the family jewels. Now, what if that bull does that shot? Gavino Diaz says, your obsession with Jimmy G is creepy. Gavino, my obsession with Jimmy G is on point accurate. This boy's going to be a bad mofo. If you don't believe it, you just pay close attention. And Quentin Hunter says, hey, Rob, love the show. Keep up the good work. One day I'm going to call in 16-0. It's a Jimmy G and Kittle show. Followed by Ram. I like that. D'Angelo Carter says Jimmy G should have a good year this season. Go 49ers represent the Niner Empire. Pensacola, Florida. 49ers defense should be in the top 10 this year. And much love to Ronbo and the whole 49er organization. Let's do it this year. D'Angelo, thanks, fam. Empire Strikes Back. 49ers, sup? We will have a great year. Keep up the good work, Ronbo. Thanks, fam. What odds Ronbo shows up on time? I thought that was Jeff Tan with the odds. It's Empire Strikes Back. I made it. Did anybody collect? Jeff Tan says, since Jerry Rice got the goat tattooed recently on his arm, that I mentioned it. God, Jeff. Oh, I get in big trouble for that one. But I'll think about it, okay? Thanks, fam. Big Show! He says, I really hope Kittle keeps this momentum from last year and it doesn't turn out to be a fluke. Yeah, I know, man. You know what, though? It's not like George didn't have a sophomore slump. So some guys get past that. You look at some of the players we got winning the second year. We had a lot of defenders that went in the second year and just really hit the skids. And you can't really say that Trent Taylor had a sophomore slump because his back was hurting, right? Russo says, what up? Robo and Niner fan, what's up, Russo? Poppy Pablo XXX Niner! I got to keep that thing wet, you know what I'm saying? I got to make it through the whole season, though. I man, be careful this offseason. Chad Garrison says, "What's up? Less than 2 weeks till training camp, my friend." Chad, you are so right, bro. AK-49er, bang, bang, Niner gang. AK-49, don't you love it? And Silvio, hey, what's good? I just looked at our schedule, and we're only going to lose to the Ravens and Saints, and maybe lose one game to the Hawks and Rams. And you know what? I fam, really, we have to take the Cleveland Browns seriously. Man. Because Baker Mayfield, I always look at what's between the quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield's attitude, his will to win, there's a lot about Baker Mayfield to be afraid of. Going down through the next 4 or 5 years, I see it being Baker Mayfield, Garoppolo. I figure Deshaun Watson's going to bounce back at some point. I don't see Lamar Jackson ever being any more than he really is right now. I don't see, because a quarterback can usually, he's got the ability to throw the ball early on, right? Look out for Kyler Murray, though, because he can move actually faster than Lamar, and that little dude can hit. I mean, the dude is accurate. This is why I'm a little concerned about the Cardinals. Not now, because they got to install a program, but in the years to come, Russell disappears, fades, enter Kyler Murray. Is one of the most scariest mobile quarterbacks on the NFL. Why do all these people have to be? Jared Goff, I am not concerned with. Jared Goff, I suspect he'll hit his peak within the next 2 seasons. You see, I get an argument with Rams fans every day. They always come after me. You know what? One thing I don't start it. I'm over on Instagram minding my own damn business. Here comes the Rams fan. Man, I would rather have Jared Goff than Jimmy G any day of the week. Oh, my Lord. Who is he talking to? And, then I go to work on him, I can get into what I say because I get a little vicious sometimes. I really do. I can't help it. Oh, player partner. Well, come on in, fam.
Player partner Ronbo, what's up?
I'm just checking out. But you know what? What I like to think about a lot is Jimmy G's pedigree, how he's been groomed to be the next best thing, the next big thing. He's been in a quarterback room with a dude, his name is preparation. He's dealt with Kyle Shanahan, one of the best whisperers in the NFL. He's dealt with his dad, which is another story in itself. And now, Belichick on that mix as well. This dude and his natural skills, all he needs to do is stay upright, and we're going to be moving places because people don't remember. Jimmy has not had that many times on the field. When he has been on the field, he's been very effective. When he gets maturity under his belt, look the hell out. And he got all them weapons I was talking about. Is Gronkowski going to someday be looking up at George Kittle?
Yes, indeed, man. I'm telling you, George Kittle got more speed than Gronk, so I believe Kittle can get more yards than Gronk because Kittle got some speed, man. He's faster than Gronk. So
20 miles an hour.
And of course you can be greater than Gronk when you got Kyle Shanahan as the head coach because he can always get you open all the time. So as long as Kyle Shanahan is the head coach for the San Francisco 49ers, and as long as George Kittle is a football player for the San Francisco 49ers, his ceiling is way, way up there. I'm talking about like all the way up to the galaxy, the universe, all the way up there, man. Sky's the limit for George Kittle, man. So, like I said, man, he could be greater. He could be greater than Gronk. And then on top of that, Jimmy G, man, you can tell that Jimmy G is so dedicated and he's so hard working to getting back to to coming out to be one of the best quarterbacks in the game. That's what he's trying to. That's his goal. That's what he's trying to do, man. And you can see it. You hear it all over the news. You hear him going to Kyle Shanahan's dad and then working out with Tom House and in the film room, looking at all the film, studying, man. You can tell this man is anxious to get out on the field, and he's a hard worker, man. And that's the type of quarterback you need on your football team.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and
And,
then
and,
and when
and,
and then when
and
go
go ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and Will, when you think about, that's why I was glad when Jimmy finally lost last year. You know what I'm saying? Because now he can go ahead and be a quarterback. Because we had to know how he's gonna bounce back after that loss, and what he was gonna do next. And he came back okay because that loss in the first game was just stupid. They should have won that, left 21 points on the table. And in the second game, of course, came back. And third game to KC was coming back in that third game. And Will, this is one of those jokes where the only reason the 49ers lost to KC was because the game was too short. Yeah. And him getting hurt, of course. Man.
Well, man, Jimmy G has proven that he's a starting quarterback and can be a great quarterback. It's proven, man. Even the games that he played in and we lost those games, he was still good, man. He was better than the quarterbacks we had. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, the guy can make plays, man. He's so special, man. He can get the ball out. He can put it in tight windows. He can complete his passes while he's getting hit, man. I mean, he got a special gift, man. I mean, it's special, man. We haven't had a quarterback like that in a while. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, Jimmy G, man. And I'm telling you what, and when you miss those, huh?
Well, you got some sounds going on. Is your mic rubbed up against something?
Hold on, I'm outside.
Oh, the wind. Yeah, hey, Will, turn your back into that wind because I think the wind's in your mic.
Okay, how's this? Is better?
Yeah, it's perfect. Go ahead.
And like you said, man, about the weapons that we got, man, I believe the Kyle Shanahan already got the upper hand on these teams already because when this season starts, everybody's going to be eyeing on George Kittle. Mm-hmm. So when you eye on George Kittle, man, you're going to have all the running backs that's going to make plays. You got all the receivers that's going to make plays. I'm going to tell you something right now, Ronbo. The people that we got right now, every pass play that Kyle Shanahan puts out on that field, at least 2 or 3 people going to be open every pass play. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be so simple for Jimmy G to get the ball out and make plays, man, and get these touchdowns, man, and win these games. I'm telling you, man, every pass play that Kyle Shanahan puts out there on the field, at least 2 or 3 people going to be open. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you, man, like I said, man, the sugar, there's too much sugar in the Kool-Aid for it not to be sweet. We shouldn't have no excuse, man.
I got to remember to use that one myself. I like that. Hey, because the thing is, like you're saying, it's like you only have 11 guys on defense. In order to stop Kyle and the movement that he does out there with his players, you need 15 to 20.
Right. You're right, man. I mean, what can I say, man? I believe we're gonna ball out this season, man. We're gonna put up so much. We're gonna put up so many numbers and so many points on these teams, man. I'm so sick of everybody down the South saying, well, we're gonna be 8-8 team, 9-7 team. That's bullshit, man. They stick that, everybody talks about it. They say it so much that they believe it themselves. They believe in their own lives. They out here lying, but they repeat it so much that they believe it's true. So let them go ahead and hate, man. And like I said, the defense, man, Robert Saleh, man, you got all the pieces that you need, man. You shouldn't have no excuse to go out there and run some exotic plays and be a dog and calling the plays, man. And you got Rob Woods out there from the Denver Broncos to help out with that secondary, man. You got Krosrick, Kasurik, and you got Chris Kiffin. So man, you got all the help you need on the sideline for this defense, man, and you got all the players that you need, man. Go out there and don't be scared to be conservative. Don't be conservative on these defensive plays, man. Call these plays, man. Call some blitzes, man. I want golf on his ass. I can't stand that bastard. I want golf on his ass.
But Will, now you ain't even got to call a blitz. In fact, you can go ahead and you can send guys like Quan Alexander. But you know what? When I got them kind of guys coming off the edges, the blitz is no longer. It's not the most effective thing I can do. I don't want you getting in my defensive end's way in the first place. But go ahead and send him anyway, just to make sure golf does get dropped. Ooh.
Yeah, I see.
Man.
But my fam Trez, man. You know Trez, he like when he like them blitzes, man. You know, he wants to run the blitz, man. He need to do that too, man. I know even though we got Bosa forward, man, you know, hey look, man, we need some blitzes too, man. We need to kick you in the door. We need to be like the feds, man. Just kick down your door and just take over your whole property and all that type of stuff, man. We just need to go in and
There will
kick
be
the man.
times. There will be times. You know what? There'll be times when you do the blitz with this kind of when you're doing the 4-3, you can dial that blitz up because actually the blitz the system is designed that you don't really need to blitz, so you can keep that cover 3 well covered. Now see, what ends up happening if you got good defensive ends, there is no doubt about what's going on. If you have the defensive ends we've had in the last couple of years, that of course prompts everybody to believe that we need to blitz. And then, of course, the quarterback, if the blitz doesn't get there, Aaron Rodgers you to death by picking your secondary apart. So we'll see a difference this year, guaranteed.
All right. Oh yeah, one more thing before I get off. I know y'all see Nick Bosa out, you know, working out with his brother.
Yeah.
So if y'all worried about Nick Bosa, y'all see for yourselves right now, he's okay. You see Quan Alexander on film,
okay,
lifting weights with his legs, jumping up with the weights in his hand, man. If y'all concerned about Quan Alexander, you got another answer for you. He's fine. So I believe both of them guys are ready for training camp. So y'all can worry about that.
That's right.
So,
nobody be jumping up and down with no weights if they got a knee still hurting. Hey, Will, my player partner. Let me check you out. I'll be back tomorrow, fam.
All right, man. Oh yeah, shout out to them lame man Cowboys, man. Your boy Zeke Elliott about to get extorted. The security guard pressed charges on that man today, man. He trying to get some money out the bastard.
and meanwhile,
so he gonna be
Melvin Gordon's over there in San Diego telling him, man, people don't take me and Zeke. They don't take us seriously. Man, you Zeke Elliott now? Boy, I'm loving these running backs, man. Woo! I got to check out Zeke, though. I will. I'll talk to you later, fam.
All right, man. All right, shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to the Nine Empire, man. Shout out to my fam, TNT, my player partner, Dre, Trez, Trey, Jerry Fresh, Big Show. Fuck the Rams, fuck Rudy. They lost and they broke.
He will. I love when he does that. All right, fam. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, man.
Oh, man, I tell you. Daniel! Come on in, D.
How's it going there, Ronbo?
Daniel, it's going awesome, man. I'm thinking about my quarterback and his potential and how he's getting his mind all ready and fixated. You know, when you rub shoulders with the best and the greats, you tend to emulate them if you have any kind of skills. I can't wait for the 2019 season. But Daniel, and also, is Gronkowski, is he always going to reign supreme above Mrs. Kittle's baby boy? Or is George going to take his rightful place in the halls of Valhalla? What are you thinking here, Daniel?
Oh, I was talking about Jimmy G hanging out with the elite. Just remember, we had our own combination, Montana and Steve, and we saw how that turned out.
Yeah, we did. Telling you, man.
Yes, we had our own combination on our own team, and it turned out just fine.
And that would have been the case in New England had Robert Kraft not listened to Tom saying, listen, I really don't think it's necessary to re-sign Jimmy. I'm going to be here for a few more years, so. They could have the same thing going.
That's kind of the opposite of what happened to us. You know, we only wanted to keep Joe, but we ended up letting Joe go, and Steve took over here. Kind of ironic.
God. Well, you know, it worked out okay. Unfortunately,
it did. And as far as no, I didn't either. But things happen for a reason. It was Steve's time. To be fair, it was Steve's time. True. Joe was out for 2 years, and Steve played pretty good.
Yeah, that elbow was never going to get better.
Yeah. But as far as Kittle, I think he will with time. He needs another consistent season, keep climbing that ladder, because we just can't hand it to him. He's got to earn it, but he's put it in the work. I mean, you look at the off-season work he's done. He's not taking no vacations. He's out there working hard in the weight room, working on his routes, working on his footwork. So he's putting in the work to take over Valhalla without a doubt.
Man, I can't wait, And they're waiting for him, though, Daniel. Defense is going to be lined up and scheming, although if you're really an intelligent DC, now a guy like Fangio knows, if you sit and direct your entire defensive efforts against one player, you're going to get smoked dealing with a guy like Shanahan because he already knows you're going to do that before he even gets to your place or you even get to our place. He's ready. If I had a team and I was a DC and knew we were going to play the 49ers, my stomach would be in knots. I'm dealing with Shanahan. He's a maniac. And now you gave him what he needs? Who?
Oh, they tried to do that. Remember, they tried to do that with Keese. Let's focus on Keese. And what that do? Open up for Kittle. So now they got to concentrate on Kittle. What's that going to do? Open up for Keese, Pettis, everybody else. So now it's time for George to return the favor of what Keese did for him last year. Now that Jimmy G's back in the offense, he's more familiar with the offense and should be a lot less thinking, a lot more reactive. He can just look at the field, see what's going on, and that offense is clicking in his head, make that instant decision, quick release. You're done.
And Daniel, look at whatever's going on out there. Look at what's going on in the backfield. I've got Marquise, not Marquise, but I've got Jerick McKinnon and Tevin Coleman, who both know exactly what to do when it comes to running routes. I got Juice over here. I mean, the buttons. Jimmy G processes really quickly. I can't imagine. What is it going to take to shut that offense down?
Oh, man. You remember back in the day we had the $1 million backfield with those several boys?
Oh.
We got part 2.
This is it. Exactly. Part 2. The sequel.
Part 2. That's right.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Oh. And we got just a quarterback to work it, too. Jimmy's processing and his release, perfect. Perfect for this offense. Oh,
there's no doubt about that. And he's put in the work with Daddy Shanahan and Junior. So, he's putting in the work. He's studied. He doesn't have the reps yet, I don't think. No. But I think it'll come pretty quick because he knows it in his mind. If your brain knows it, your body's going to follow. So I expect him to do good things. It's not like he's been sitting around doing nothing. That man's been working his butt off. During his rehab, you haven't heard one player come say, "Hey, he's just kind of slouching." No, everybody has said he just works his butt off. He's at the facility every day. He's not taking a vacation. He's down working with some quarterback guru in California someplace. He's not on. Yeah. He's not on the beach somewhere. He's determined, and that's what I like to see: that drive, that determination, that grit. And he wants to prove himself, and he wants to be the next great quarterback to follow in the 49er legends.
He's on the right path. His route to get there, man, I can tell you, at some point, and here's a nice thing, Daniel. You can look at that film. You can look at anything you want to with Kyle Shanahan. It can't help you. He's only going to go the opposite direction. Your defense is going to predicate what he's going to do anyway. This is what I love about Shanahan's offense.
Oh, man, tell me about it. Like you said a couple shows back, we were talking about being a DC. You can't go by what Shanahan did in the previous weeks when he's coming up on you because he's going to take your specific weakness and exploit it.
Exactly.
He can play so many different varieties. We're going to see a lot more bald defensive coordinators out there that are pulling their hair out. It's going to be fantastic. And then our own defense is going to drive offensive coordinators crazy. You got Boza one end, you got D Ward on the other, you got Buckner up the middle, you got Quan, the human torpedo, shooting down your running backs, you got Fred Warner taking down the other running backs. Good Lord, man.
Doesn't this team sound like excitement? And we still have people that are afraid to say anything good about them. But just common sense. Look at that unit. That's not a bunch of wimps. Those dudes are solid.
Even our special teams, Ronbo. I was watching today. Mitch Wish had something on his Instagram where his hang time was like 5.2 seconds.
It was a 5 point what? 5.2, 5.6?
5.2 second hang time. Average the leader last year in the NFL was like 4.8 seconds. Almost a second longer hang time. Can you imagine Raheem Mostert getting down there or Gunners getting down there in 5 seconds? Good Lord.
Raheem actually may be able to make the catch himself and kick it on in the end zone. I wonder if that's legal. Hey, here's the thing.
It is.
Did you see the kick
I
come
think
down? Oh, go ahead. You're going to answer that.
It's a knuckle. He was kicking them. He was aiming them towards the sideline, so it like hit inside the 5 and bounce out of bounds. So they're being within the 5.
But Daniel, we got to go, fam. I'll look for you tomorrow, okay?
All right, Ronbo, appreciate what you do. Shout out to Dre, shout out to Jerry Fresh and all the Niner fam, and shout out to you, Ronbo. Appreciate everything you do for us.
Thank you, Daniel. Hey, wait a minute, Daniel. I just realized. Are you 5'2"? This is Daniel 5'2", am I right?
Yes, sir.
Daniel. Hey. See you tomorrow, Daniel.
All right, man.
All right, fam. Oh, man. Yeah, that's really, fam. When you look at them offensive weapons, and here's the thing. I don't know, the defense, man, I tell you, I really like this team. Oh, let me get my other player partner and yours, too. Get the Dre in here, Dre.
Ronbo, man, what's happening, baby?
Oh, man. I'm sitting there. I'm just tripping, man. You think about the 49ers, this is better than buying that $50 bag. You know what I'm saying? It's just really, you can get high on the 49ers, man.
Yeah, man, 13 days, man. The time is ticking. Hey, I remember it seemed like just like yesterday, bro. We was like, damn, we got 40 days. That time flew, bro. That time flew by, didn't it?
I mean, I knew it would.
Oh, man.
Summer's over.
I'm so excited. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm so excited, bro. I'm just happy that, finally, the time's going to come where we get to shut the naysayers up. That's what I'm most excited about.
I know, right?
To see the Nate Burlesons and, the David Carrs and, all of these guys, the guys who don't put Montana in their top 5, Just the blasphemy, you know what I'm saying? Just the ridiculousness, you know what I'm saying? It's I'm very excited, bro. So I think we're talking about one of the issues that we're talking about today is if we think that Kittle is going to be better than Gronk, or if he's compared to Gronk.
Even just compared.
Gronk was a great tight end, but no, George Kittle was George Kittle, and Rob Gronkowski is Rob Gronkowski.
True.
I think that's, even I do it, bro. I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite. One thing I challenge myself on is I try not to compare different players, you know what I'm saying, to other players and coming in different eras. Just like I don't like to compare my situation and my life and what I've been through compared to other people, you know what I'm saying? Because some people might fold, you know what I mean? Some people might commit suicide. Some people might stand up and shoot up. So you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of unfair, you know what I'm saying, to compare guys to other guys. I hate the Patriots, but I have nothing to take away from Gronk. Gronk is not one of those guys who was just like, do it the right way and the Patriot way. Nah, Gronk came and did what the fuck he wanted to do, and that's why I respect him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going for all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it the Patriot. No, Gronk came and did it his way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I respect about him. You know what I mean? And he didn't have a good relationship with Robert Kraft or Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? He just can't. He was just so talented. They could not, you know what I'm saying, live without him. You know what I mean? Gronk said, I'm gonna take my shirt off. I'm going to go drink as many bottles as I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sleep with many strippers as I want. And I ain't going to do a damn thing about it.
Me and TMZ going to be locked at the hip.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and even in that sense, we can't necessarily compare Kittle to Gronk because Kittle is about business.
Yep.
You're not going to see Kittle in the strip clubs or in the bars with his shirt. Yeah, Kittle's about business, bro. Right. So if anything, I think Kittle over his career will be better than Gronk because he specifically, sports. I mean, the guy's coming from Iowa, bro. What is there to do in Iowa? It ain't no club in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. This guy is strictly about playing. This guy is strictly about playing football. You know what I'm saying? But I can see the comparison as far as like the character. Gronk is he's a character, bro. Kittle's a character. Him and Joe Staley and McClinchy, those guys are characters, bro. So I can see the comparison in that way. But if you look at durability, sheer toughness and speed, Gronk is on. Kittle's on a different level than Gronk. You know what I mean? Like when you play through, didn't he have a punctured lung, Ronbo? Am I correct? Was it a punctured lung?
Bruised ribs. You talking about
No,
George?
bro. I think it was it. Yeah, bro. No, I think he punctured. I think when he broke his rib, it damn near punctured his lung, bro. It was
Maybe.
something very painful.
It's very
that
possible
he
for that
played
to
through.
happen when that happens.
Yeah,
He had to play with a
yeah,
flak jacket
bro.
the rest of the
So
season. Yeah.
yes, sir. Yeah, and he said it was very painful. So just being able to get up and go out there, you know what I'm saying, and get through games and get through the season, his speed, you know what I'm saying, and his durability. I think over the time span of his career, I think that he could be better than Gronk. I mean, he already showed last year, you know what I mean, 1,377 yards. That's a lot of damn yards from a wide receiver, from a tight end, bro.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, guys don't set league records. And it's funny when you see some of these people in the comments or even around the league, you know, oh, that was a fluke seat. No, there is no such thing as a fucking fluke when you get almost 1,400 yards as a tight end.
That's right. You
That's not a fluke, bro.
That many yards.
Yeah, stop lying to yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a fluke, bro. That guy is talented, bro. You know what I mean? When you moving at 22 miles per hour in pads and you 6'4", 6'5", and you know you 270, you know what I'm saying, 265, 270, bro. I mean that's a different animal that we're talking about.
It's a freight train.
So you know, yeah, definitely. So you know, I think that he could be on the same plateau. Or even better than Gronk, you know what I'm saying? And specifically the speed. You know, Gronk wasn't running a 4.5. He came out running a 4.7, almost a 4.8.
Yeah,
but just,
Gronk,
you know,
Gronk
his
was a runaway
size.
truck. See, he was the kind of dude
right.
carrying 4 and 5 dudes into the end zone.
Didn't nobody want to talk? Would you? I wouldn't want to talk with that big motherfucker.
No, I had a technique for them kind of dudes. I'd take a shot at their feet, toes. I'm not talking ankles. I'm talking toes.
Yeah.
And if that didn't work, Coach,
helmet
I'm
to
sorry.
Shin.
Yeah.
Helmet to shin, helmet to shin. But then, you know, those guys are so big that you might catch a shin and get a damn conction.
That's a good to say. Helmet to shin
those
is a
dudes'
risk.
legs is bats.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dudes' legs is bats. You know what I'm saying? I remember my sophomore year, no, my freshman year when I went to Centennial High School, there's a running back that used to play for the Rams. I don't know if you guys know him, named Steven Jackson. Big guy. I went to El Dorado High School in Las Vegas, you know, and we was tearing his shins up, you know what I'm saying? We actually ended up beating them, but they went to state and lost to McQueen, a high school in Nevada. But you know what I'm saying? Like tackling dude, like, and even back in high school, this dude was 6'2", 215 pounds. Ran at a 10-9 100 yard down, you know, 100 meters, you know what I'm saying? Tackling guys like that in an open field, that's just it's scary.
Especially
so
if they
I
got
could just imagine
a few yards to build up that momentum. That's just crazy. Because they're not going to try to juke you. They're going to dare you to take you down.
Yeah, no, they're going to try to run you. Yeah, and you know, it's you know, it's just the game of how low can you go, and you know, where can you angle your tackle? You know, where can you angle your tackle towards, and you know, can you carry your momentum, you know, to make this guy go down to the ground? But yeah, man, I think it's just kind of unfair to continuously compare guys to the next guy. You know, I think you know, Kittle's he's going to be a great tight end. He'll be a Hall of Famer one day. You know what I mean? And also Gronk was just fortunate to be able to go to, you know, to that franchise, because let's just say he went to a different franchise. You never know what he might have turned out to be. And, you know what I mean? So I mean, being 6'7" is a gift in the NFL if you can move like he did. So you know, but yeah, man, I'm just I'm really excited. I'm really excited about training camp coming up. You know, I'm just excited, man.
All right, Dre. Tell you what I'm gonna do, fam. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, and ain't no telling what happens, because you know we got the Robbie Gould situation coming up. I just, you know, he got 20, 40
man,
eyes.
Robbie might as well just give it up, bro. Like, they're not gonna trade you. They're not gonna cut you, bro. Like, you're gonna sign a franchise tag or you're gonna fucking retire. I mean, that's another thing, Ronbo. Just give me another minute or so, bro.
Okay, but Drake, let's get into that tomorrow, because we do, because we get really into it. But definitely get into it tomorrow.
Yeah, you want to go back somewhere to where you got cut, and then we give you another chance, and now you want to leave again, man. You're a sucker. Either sign with us or retire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my player partner Will. You know what I'm saying? My TNT fam, Trey Trez, Big Show. You know, let's see, Bob Money. You know what I'm saying? My boy Derek Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Horatio Flores, you know, Daniel 2549, you know what I'm saying? Daniel Andre, all the Niner fam, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time now. We're going to shut up a lot of the naysayers. We only got 13 more days. Tomorrow it'll be 12 days. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Niner Empire, let's go.
Yeah. It's Dre.
All right,
check
bro.
out, hey, Dre, you guys just checked to the Twitter. What is your Twitter name again?
Yeah. I finally made a Twitter, bro. I don't like Instagram or Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Too much negativity. But I made a Twitter. My Twitter is DeAndre Berry, so it's D apostrophe ANDREBERR1. You know what I'm saying? Twitter, that's my Twitter handle. So I think you'll see me if you go look on Ronbo's followers, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see me. I got a picture with me and my
That's what I was
son.
getting ready
You know
to
what I'm
say.
saying? So,
And you can catch me and ask
yeah.
me if you forgot it already or can't remember, and I help you out with that. All right,
Right.
Dre.
Most definitely. All right, bro.
Talk to you tomorrow, fam. And we now steer the ship all over down out to the East Coast, where James is holding it down in Jersey, the Garden State. James.
What's going on, Ronbo?
James, you got some sound effects going on there, fam.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Hold on a second. Let me
Right.
get a little better location here. But yeah.
Mm.
Oh, boy. How about now?
All right. I can't hear. I don't hear anything just yet. All right. Go ahead. All right, James, come on in, fam.
Yeah, can
James,
you
know
hear
what?
me
I
now?
think I got a feedback coming from. Have you got the app open or something on? Maybe.
No, I'm good now. I moved away from it. That's my
Okay. All
air
right.
conditioner.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I was listening to the topics tonight, and once again, thank you for coming back on. I was thinking about you as well as everybody else in the state with those events the other day with the earthquakes and stuff, you know, and
Ooh,
things of that nature. So yeah, I was
James.
hoping and praying
James, I just
y'all were all
realized
right,
something
man.
too. Have we got people down in Louisiana? I think we do have people out in Louisiana. Oh, y'all.
Yeah,
If you're in Louisiana, please give us a ring. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, James.
yeah, they facing a lot of flood damage, and it's a Category 1 so far, which is much better than a Category 5, but it's still a
Well,
storm. So hopefully the levees will hold up, and the way they kind of, you know, after Katrina, they kind of made those levees in different parts of the waterways where it can actually absorb more water. It's like a big bowl where the ridges go out on an angle from like maybe say 9 o'clock up to 12 o'clock.
And 20
You
20
understand?
feet high.
I mean, they go out in a wingspan where they can actually take on more water than they look like they can hold.
Yeah. Well, kid,
That's the way
prayers
they're designed. But
prayers
anyway,
for them tonight. They got to get through this. It's going to be rough. But James,
prayers
let's
going up for them. But yeah, man.
let's go to an end of this, James.
Yeah, well, I can tell you one thing. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, with all the offense that Shanahan is designing around the players he's got now, and defenses are gonna, I believe some of them will be saying at times, what else do you expect us to do? It's you got receivers, that are lining up as receivers, and you got running backs coming out the backfield, clipping you for 16 and 20-something yard pickups after they catch the ball because they're wide open. So, but it's going to be interesting. But I really do think that one of Shanahan's strong points will probably be with playing Kittle and probably Caden Smith. Caden Smith is a bruiser, bro.
Yeah.
And that double tight end game like that, late in the third quarter, and you're already up on the team, and now you're just putting a nail in the coffin because you're hitting them with such physically strong players as the game winds down, and you've been sucking the life out of the opposing defense all game long. Now you got him right on the hook. You done hit him with an uppercut. Now you're going to bring a right cross and another left jab and just keep stinging him. That's it.
And James, throw Jalen Hurd in there to add to the yak attack.
Of course. I don't. But Rombo, I'm telling you, even with putting Hurd in there, that's going to be something awesome to see, and probably going to. I can say this much: we've evolved, we've arrived, and that time is now. And I think it's going to be some games where once they walk out on that field, I'm talking about that day when they want to play their total Niners game, and they walk out on the field, and you're looking at stats saying, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing here? Because are they opening it up like this and clicking? Yeah. And then it just starts to it starts to become a contagious thing with everybody in the locker room. And before you know it, man, I'll tell you one thing. I really kind of like being able to play the first 3 games and then go on the bye, because they're really going to have to play some big boy football on those other 13 straight games when they come back after the break, Mm-hmm. So that's gonna really be something. But I think they're gonna breeze right through them, and I'm gonna leave it at a record of, I'm gonna say 11-5, 12-4. Okay. And I'm really sticking to 12-4 or better, because of just what they will be capable to do. I just want to see what a defense does with those different running backs that we have, that we could start a game and finish a game with. And then there's this H-back/tight end by the name of Jalen Hurd that is going to come in that game eventually. And you're gonna really have to play some football to stop this guy. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna. I think it's really gonna be something, and I do believe.
And James,
that,
before you talk a little bit about George Kittle and his potential. Because
his potential, I think he has the potential to be better than Rob Gronkowski. I mean, put it this way, he's the secret ingredient in the recipe, because you don't want to play that, you don't want to have to tackle that guy being a linebacker or even a safety in the beginning of a game. And to know that he's constantly, catching balls and slant patterns and cutback screens to a tight end. Most likely, on a cutback screen, you see the tight end blocking, not catching the ball, running behind his other teammates. But with Kittle being as physical as he is and how he can truck other defenders, it's going to be something, man. And I'm telling you, I'll say this much. It's 2 players. They talk about players that are going to have breakout seasons, and I think we're going to have more than people realize. But offensively, a new addition, I'm telling you, I believe that kid, Caden Smith, is going to be an X factor, because Kittle catching 2 or 3 passes from Garoppolo in the beginning of a game, they're going to start to double him. And when they double him, that means that somebody else is going to be wide open. Who and where? And then they're gonna be on the sideline confusing with one another, throwing surface tablets under the benches like, listen, let's talk, because they're lost. And if they could speak to Jalen Ramsey, you tell him it was a scheme, bro.
I'll never forget it. I told Jalen that for a long time. He never blocked me. I love the guy. But, but James, we need to stop.
Hey, man, yes, sir. It's that's what it is, man. It's something. It's not the Shanahan, and I know you got to go, Ronbo. You probably got a lot of callers, and thank you for what you do for us. But it's more than just winning a game to him, man. You got to understand, he was on that sideline in 78 going into 79 when we won that first one in 80 with Mike Shanahan being the offensive coordinator then. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But anyway, Rombo, thank you for what you do.
Thank you, James.
For the level you bring this program to us. the Niner Empire and the Niner fans and Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. We'll be back tomorrow. See you then, huh?
All right, man. See you
All right.
then. Here.
Have a good night.
Be blessed.
You too.
You too.
Let me just quickly, I want to go over some of the expectations from people who do believe in the 49ers. And talking about Tony Romo, who says, and so if Jimmy's able to play a full season, which I think everyone's excited about seeing, if that happens, hopefully he can play great football and you'll see the 49ers win a lot of games. Romo said that, and he says if you can have a great D-line, and they do, and I know, we haven't seen him play yet. I've seen enough of D Ford and DeForest Buckner to already know we got a good D-line. He says if you got a D-line and you can have really good, strong quarterback play, it's a difficult combination to deal with. These are some of the things that if you're sitting there in fear, if you're worried, the D-line, if you're worried about the secondary automatically gets better with the D-line the 49ers are currently going to be putting on the field. And Contavious Street concerns me. I just wonder, are they going to be able to keep him on the bench as a rotational player? Or is Street here to take somebody's job? Because here's the thing. Bradley Chubb was one of the top picks in the draft last year, and do you know it may have been because Contavious Street? More about that later. Let's go check. Hey, Justin.
What's up? How you doing? Dang it. Something come. How you doing?
Justin, have you been under the weather? I mean, are you okay?
Okay. Yeah, I do. I have to give a shout out to these doctors in Sacramento. It turns out I have bronchitis. Turns out I have bronchitis. Bronchitis. Okay.
Yeah.
A simple cough turned into bronchitis. So I do want to thank the doctors here in Sacramento, for taking care of me because I was bad. It got really bad.
Oh,
and I was
man.
stubborn. I do not want to go to the doctors because you know how much the doctors be charging these days.
I know. Even if you got insurance, you still got to pay a fee, and the insurance company will take over after some point. Deductibles are a pain in the ass. So yeah.
Yes, that's exactly why I was like, no, I'm not going. I know what to do. I'm not going. And bronchitis. So now I'm on. I have to be out of work for 5 days.
Ooh.
And I'm really angry. I'm not happy about that.
It's that serious, Justin, man. You gotta be.
I'm not happy.
You need rest. Let that heal, man. Because that could be reoccurring, from what I understand.
Yeah. Hey. And then when I saw Lou Robbie Gold's interview, that made me mad.
Listen, Justin, you know what? I've made up my mind. Let's go ahead and get our mind fixed toward a new kicker this year. He's not coming. I'm convinced he's not coming.
Multi-million-dollar deal is what he wants. Are you kidding me? A kicker, and he's how old?
Justin,
he's how old?
He's 37, but he's getting a multi-million-dollar deal. He is. Well, how many? I mean, maybe he wants more than there's another guy that got a good deal. Does he want more than Gostowski's got one deal. There's another guy. Does he want to be the highest paid kicker in the league? I imagine that's what he's talking about.
He better not. That better not be the case. Because if they do that, I'm gonna be pissed. Because I'm like, you spent all that money on a kicker. We have a kicker in practice squad right now.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. You know, you're 37. What do you want, a multi-year deal? What, are you going to kick it to your 40, Robbie? I mean, come on, man. Come halfway with us here. What do we give you a 2-year deal worth X amount? And I think they already gave him that. And Robbie said no. Oh. So, you know what? We don't have all the details, though, Justin. I don't know.
So he said he wants a deal. If the deal is not made on the Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said there's going to be an issue. So we'll see. You know, we had 2 more days. So if he doesn't get signed by Monday.
Just you got your TV playing, or what is that going on in the background? Something's feeding into your mic.
My bad.
Right.
That is my bad. I'm sorry. There you go.
Okay, so we're going to find out Monday. What a day, huh? We're going to find out Monday because I got a feeling Robbie I think he's going to sit out. I really do.
I mean, what the hell? Like, when he said multi-million-dollar deal, I was like, what?
You know what? we're going to talk about Robbie Monday enough. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about Jimmy G and his preparations on the season and being in a room with Tom Brady for all those years and how well is he, Tom House and these guys out of 3 QB and all these things he's doing and him telling us about how Gronkowski and George Kittle are almost one and the same mentally.
I got you. Yeah. I think it's a little early to be comparing, Gronk, even though I don't really like Gronk. I really don't think, I don't like Gronk.
Just you got respect for Gronk, though, don't you? I mean,
I do respect Gronk.
Yeah.
But like, that guy cannot finish in one season, man. That guy cannot finish one season. Yeah, so I'm just saying, I don't think George is going to be injured like that. I think George is more tougher than Gronk because Gronk was just, every single time he got injured, he was out for 6 weeks. They're like, bro, you got on the field and now you're out again.
Justin, one question. Justin, have you ever seen Shaq O'Neal play basketball?
Shaquille O'Neal, yes.
Do you remember how defenders used to just do nasty things to him that if they did to anybody else, the ref would blow a whistle? But because Shaq was so big, the officials used to because I think the officials used to feel sorry for the guys who were playing defense against them. So they used to let people just hack Shaq and beat him and kick him and slap him, punch him, and they wouldn't blow the whistle. I got a feeling. I've seen some plays that Gronk was running down the field. That play that took him out in last Super Bowl, that dude, didn't he hit him in the throat? I said, damn. I said, what? If I'm the official, I need to eject this guy. Guys, just because Gronk's big, you can't just hit him any kind of way you want. Stay within the legal limits here. I think he gets a little extra juice put on him that maybe other players don't get because the officials allow for it, though. Some of those injuries might be legit.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing he retired, though, because, the older you get, the more
those injuries don't heal.
Injuries start Yeah, those injuries don't heal. They used to be. So, I think it was smart for him to retire because, once those injuries start hurting, man, the aftermath, your back starts to ache, as you get older, you can't do stuff like you used to, especially when you have kids. Especially when you have kids, you want to be able to carry those kids. So, and kids weigh a lot, too.
Yeah. And the thing with Gronk is he likes to party, too. It's not like a guy that's getting up and drinking a green tea shake every morning. This guy, Gronk, is getting up and eating pizza that was left on the floor overnight. I don't see Gronk really taking good care of himself. So you're right. If you're going to get older, you're not going to take good care of yourself. You're liable to feel it a little early. But, I bet you Gronk comes back midway through the season, though, Justin. So, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Dre pointed out between the two. Mm-hmm. One of them's serious and the other one's not.
Yeah, I think Kittle is I'm worried that how he did well he did this year. I'm worried that people were depend on him too much, where he has to go out and make these plays every single time. And I feel like these receivers need to step up a little bit. Goodwin's okay, but these other receivers, that's all of them. They need to step up hugely.
But Justin, look who we had. Look who we had last year. We had Dante Pettis on the IR. We had Goodwin on the IR. Already, Garcon left early. Kittle was the guy that had to carry the load last year. This year, unless everybody gets hurt again, George does not have to carry the whole load. So it should be a little different ballgame. Last year it had to be what it was because of the way it was. But let's see what happens now.
Yep. And we have to see, man. I really am happy for the season. I can't wait to see because I will be going to the Monday night game. Because it's confirmed I will be going to the Monday night game against the Browns. So I will be there.
That's going to be the show.
Yeah, shows. Yes, and I was going to go to the Steelers game, but man, those tickets are expensive.
We're talking about a Hall of Fame quarterback coming in here, man. I'm sorry, we got to go. We're out of time because it's getting late, and I think we started late. Tomorrow, I promise to be earlier. So let me see you tomorrow, fam.
I have a question.
Real quick.
Did Trey come on and defend Kirk Cousins? Because I didn't have a chance to listen through the whole entire thing.
We'll We'll talk about that tomorrow because we're out of time now. But yeah, he did. But we'll more about that tomorrow, okay?
Yes,
Justin.
sir. I'm gonna go listen back now because I'm still not happy.
All right. Hey, Demetrius.
Ronbo,
D.
what's good, bro?
Demetrius, man, I'm just sitting there. I'm appreciating all the preparation. Jimmy G's going over. And, a lot of things. Jimmy G's been getting a whole lot of nasty things being said about him since pretty much when he went down last year. The hate club formed, and the first thing they started saying is he's a fluke, and we got an injury-prone quarterback, and he throws too many INTs. It's as if everybody forgot about how when he came in and went 5 straight with no incident and did a great job. Nobody cares. There's a lot of people who don't care about that. Well, to be fair, I think the biggest percentage of us realize he's a good quarterback and has the potential to be a great quarterback, but the critics are out, and they're out in droves, and you can't defend Jimmy like you want to because last year did end earlier than it should have. It started off a little rocky. That should have been anticipated due to the fact that there's no more rehearsed plays. All right, guys, time to learn the real deal. Let's go. And, it was a little rocky in the beginning, but he's regressing. So, this is going to be resolved. And I got a feeling soon.
Yeah, it's going to get resolved, Ronbo. Look, this is all I got to say, Ronbo. Nobody listens when it's the truth, but the lie is more entertaining. Right?
Good one. I like that.
So they're going to keep shooting these lies, and everybody going to keep listening to these goddamn lies about our quarterback. It's more entertaining. It's like when you do good for somebody, it don't get noticed. You don't boast about it, but you did good for someone, just as a good deed. But, you know what I mean? Some people boast about that shit, but it is what it is, man. The lie is more entertaining. That's all I got to say about that because Jimmy G is the truth. Fuck them reporters. Fuck the whole NFC West except San Fran. Fuck the whole NFL except San Fran. The AFC, no. Damn them Browns, I can't stand them all, Ronbo. I can't stand them. I just had an argument tonight with my nephew. I had an argument with my
He likes the Browns?
Tonight. No, but Ronbo, he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Oh, they're the worst. I'm like, they are the worst.
That's what I said. I said, how you an Eagles fan and you talking about the Browns are going to be super nice this year? I said, you riding the coattail. I said, bro, they overhyped for one. I said, they trying to make a super team over there. And I said, that shit ain't going to gel. They trying to be the Rams of the AFC East. I mean, of the AFC. But I don't think that shit's going to gel. It sounds good. It looks good on paper. But I'm like, they didn't play a game yet. He said, but Baker Mayfield's putting that work in practice. I said, practice? I said, come on, bro. They ain't playing against nobody. I was like,
I mean, I want to see Baker Mayfield. You know what? Baker Mayfield got that temperament that it's going to be, he's going to be tough.
He got that swag, Ronbo. He got some swag to him. I like his swag, but like I told my nephew, man, I said, these quarterbacks going to have gasoline on their jerseys because the fire's coming after them.
I tell you.
Our D-line coming, man.
That's it.
Them boys got gasoline on their jerseys because we coming. We about to light their ass up, Ronbo.
I'm telling you, man. Can't wait. You know what, D? This team is set up, so we can't wait to see each unit come on the field. The defense is going to be pure entertainment as well. And you already know what Kyle and his boys are going to do. So, man, God, this is going to be crazy.
They better bring their hard hats, Ronbo. I'm so amped up, man. It's going to be like, bro, it's going to be crazy. Demolition every weekend, bro. Because we tearing shit up, man. You know them big bowling balls? The demolition bowler, that's going to be us, man, coming through the line. That shit going to part like the Red Sea, Rob. I'm telling you, man. They ain't going to know which way. They going to be coming from every angle.
Zit. And the nice thing about this, Demetrius, this year, last year, all we had to do was get a couple of injuries, and we was done. And we was. That's what happened to us. We got a couple of injuries, and we're finished. This year, if you're a first stringer, you better pray you don't go down. Because the kid that's coming in may have you buying furniture on the bench with your name on it. You think only that? try to think of the safe guys on the front line defense. Just the front line defense alone. The safe guys that can go down and be brought back up. Go ahead.
Buckner, that's one.
Yep.
D Ford, because he's a starter automatically.
Indeed. Agreed.
Let me see. Let me keep going down the line. I'm gonna say Solomon Thomas. I think he got some bounce back this year, Ronbo. I believe in this guy this year. I believe in him this year,
right.
Ronbo. He just got that. He got that demeanor about him this year, like he should have had a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He looks very
like
serious, man. Thomas, Solomon Thomas. I just said him. Armstead. And D Jones. I don't know, Ronbo. I don't know, because the backup guy is just as good as the starter.
Listen, in Kentavious Street, I'm telling you, I'm wondering
about
him.
That's who I was looking for.
Yeah. You know, I want to see if they can keep him benched, on a rotational basis, or is he going to come out there and assert himself from the first scrimmage? I mean, the first exhibition game. That dude, man. Because see, the reason why Bradley Chubb went top 5 is because defenses, offensive lines were having to deal with this maniac with the speed, flexibility, athleticism, and strength of Kentavious Street. Now,
so Pete game, what if you put Street right next to DJ Jones?
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Ooh. See, they got all kind of packages.
Yeah, you put them over the center, DJ Jones and Street, or you could switch it up and blow that center right off the ball as soon as he say hike, and here come who? You know what I mean? You got D4 coming, you got Buckner coming, you got you got the ball coming, my boy.
You got Mrs. Bosa's other baby boy. And tell you what, here's the thing: Kentavious Street runs a 4. And I know but he runs a 4.58, a 285-pound man who bench presses 475 pounds for reps. He squats 700 pounds. What kind of offensive lineman is going to stop this? I can't.
Imagine if he was a tight end, man. That's Baby Hawk, like I said, man.
It already
Baby
called him
Hawk
that.
right there. Yo, that's crazy, yo. But yeah,
you can feel that explosion.
Yeah, man, that's a baby earthquake, man. That's a category. That's a 0.5 on the Richter scale right there. Yo, man.
It's all the offensive linemen
go here.
Ronbo.
14-2. I'm still rocking with it, bro.
Hey, I like it. I like it a lot.
14-2 because.
Go ahead.
Huh?
No, I was just saying.
Go ahead, Ronbo. I was just saying.
No, listen.
I hear you. I'm here.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Finish. We go ahead. I'm going to look for you tomorrow, but go ahead.
All right. Now, I was just saying 14-2, man. We're still cooking this stew. Now, I mean, Tampa Bay, man, get that ingredient in there, baby. Some onions and carrots and shit.
There you go. And put some garlic in there. You'll never get an argument from me on the 49ers winning football. Them 7-9 dudes, I stay all night arguing with them. But 14-2, I got nothing to say.
14-2.
Yeah.
Like Macho Man Randy Savage, boys. What you gonna do when the 49ers come for you? Ronbo, man. You have a blessed one, bro.
Yes, sir. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Have a good night. Bro. Yeah. Man, I tell you. It's fun, man, looking at this team. And unlike usual, as I say, my biggest reason to run smack is, like I said, injuries are not going to stop the 49ers this year. I don't want to predict any bet. You can actually lose a running back or 2. A wide receiver, 1 or 2. You don't want to lose 2. You don't want to lose any of them. But it's not like last year. Game over, Niners. You lost Garcon. You lost Goodwin. You got to bring your rookies in. Your quarterback sitting down on a bench. You got C.J. Beathard out there. It was a sinking feeling last year when you knew Jimmy left and CJ was coming in. We didn't know nothing about Nick Mullins yet. We saw him in preseason, but he didn't flash anything just yet. And then all of a sudden, CJ plays out, and here comes Big Nick. Who knew? Nick Mullins was not bull. He was doing it. And I tell you what, and I do agree with some of the folks that are saying Jimmy's got to watch over his shoulder. I don't know where Nick Mullins' potential is going, but he's probably going to look better than he did last year. And you know what's really scary, though, fam? Somebody said, and so far in camp, CJ has been neck and neck with Nick Mullins. What I'm reading, we ain't seen anything yet, so we'll see. I don't believe it unless CJ did some really drastic things. Phil! Yo, Phil. See, Phil's connections sometimes are a little consistent or not consistent. Phil? Phil is breaking up. Phil, when you talk, are you in the same place where you always are? Hello?
Ronbo.
Yeah, there you are. Hey, Phil. Phil, are we still connected? Phil?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead. Phil? I think Phil.
Ronbo, you there?
Yeah, Phil, you still can't hear me, huh? I think Phil can't hear me.
Ronbo, you there?
Yeah, right here, Phil.
All right, we got it.
Okay, good.
Took me a while.
All right. Well, Phil, we're looking at the aspirations and the manner in which our franchise quarterback is going about his business, and he's taking it very seriously, as we can tell. And he's reflecting upon some of the things that he's learned since pretty much last season. And you know, Phil, you get a chance to reflect where you should when you come up against disasters. All of us have been through certain disasters, and during the time they were just awful. And then you sort of gain from them. You learn things. You improve yourself and things like that. So whereas we hated it last year, here we are a year later. We're over that hump, and Jimmy G seems to have. He's saying all the things that make you believe this kid's headed in the right direction.
Well, I think Jimmy G is going to be a top 10 quarterback. I like the tools that they've set up around him.
Oh,
I think George Kittle is a top 1 tight end.
yeah, actually, it's true. Now that you mention it.
Well, I mean, you look at him. He's a better blocker than Kelsey.
Yeah.
He can run after the catch, and this is what Gronk is. He can catch the ball. He puts on a second turbocharge that Gronk doesn't have.
Mm.
And so I think he's a great blocker.
And he likes it.
Gronk was a good blocker.
Yeah,
he was
Gronk,
a good blocker, too.
Yeah, Gronk beats guys
and so, but Kelsey's a good route runner, but not a great blocker. And Kittle is both.
Mm.
And he can run after the catch, which Gronk can do.
Mm.
So I think Kittle is he's a specimen. He's a freak. And I think we've got him.
Yeah.
And it's great. But on top of that, now if you try to double team him, you've got Trevor Coleman, you've got Eric McKinnon, who's going to be a screen pass specialist. And the 49ers have never run the screen pass very well. But I know,
right? Toby used to talk about that 2 years ago. He said, has anybody ever taught the 49ers, or are they aware of the fact that there exists a thing called a screen pass? We never ran it.
Harbaugh never ran it. Harbaugh never ran it. And
he never would.
It was frustrating.
And he had Frank
For me
Gore.
and my buddies, who are season ticket holders, we never run the screen pass. And I think with McKinnon, you're going to get the screen pass specialist. And Trevor Coleman, he's going to be the guy that can get out in the backfield, do a pass run, and throw to him. And then Breida, you're the guy that that you can hand off to and get 10 yards for you. I mean, we've got. I'm so excited about this year.
Versatility. You've got endless versatility in that backfield. That's an amazing.
And then you get the fullback,
right? They could go out deep routes. A fullback.
Exactly.
A fullback who can do things like that. God.
I mean, and you know what? I like the wide receiver core. I think, we got Marquise who can take the top off.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Taylor. I think he's more like the Patriots.
Amendola and Edelman, yeah.
Exactly. He's like a carbon copy of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Deebo Samuel, who I like him compared to John Taylor.
Mm.
The guy that has thighs like steel. That they're trying to
get him to lose some size on those thighs too. It's so funny because you're trying to get Deebo to reduce a little size. Can you imagine, Deebo?
I don't want him to reduce size.
I know. I don't understand why they want to reduce
tackles.
Yeah, it works for Saquon Barkley.
You go,
hit him on the thighs.
John Taylor. I mean, I was going to games with John Taylor, and against the Rams on a Monday night down in L.A. He dominated that game because he could break tackles right at the line of scrimmage with his thighs. And then he ran it all the way down for a touchdown. And
battering people
I
all the way
love
down the field.
Guy.
Yeah.
And I think Deebo Samuel's that kind of receiver.
Yeah, he's vicious.
I think we've got a lot of weapons here. And
Team Yak.
If Jimmy stays healthy, with his quick release and his ability to read defenses, and that's what I think we haven't had in quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He's got the ability to read
Garcia.
defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jimmy is going to have a field day this year. I really do. I think we're going to be a top 5 offense.
Okay. Hold on a second. I got to make a correction here. Texas boy, no personal attacks. Let's not worry.
Well, he's a Cowboy fan. What do you expect?
No, let's not accuse people of things now. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Phil. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I mean, he's a Cowboy fan.
I know. What else can be said?
What can you say?
Yeah,
as soon as the Cowboys start losing, he's dropping out. Right?
And you know what's going to end up happening?
I have a daughter who's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, you know what? Funny thing about it, I don't have any relatives. I got Raider fans, Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings. I don't have a Cowboys fan in my family, fortunately.
Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll say
well, But anyway, hey, Phil, we're going to have to go. It's getting late. We're going to see if we can get as many people in because we'll cut it short tonight. But, Phil, see you tomorrow night.
All right, Ronbo. Hey, great show the other night, too. I want to tell you, Friday night I saw your show.
With the from Lyle from up in Vancouver?
Yes.
Yeah.
I watch you religiously. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, Lyle's a fun guy.
So I'm there. I'm there supporting you.
Thanks. And I appreciate it too, Phil. You know I do. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Look forward to tomorrow.
You take care.
You too. Night, Phil.
All right. All right, later.
Yeah. And Niners knock 'em cold says it's my son. I was waiting for a birthday today. You know what I'm saying? You see, because every birthday between now, I think this is still the cancer period, right? These birthdays are very serious, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not that your birthday's not serious if you're not a Cancer. I'm just making, He says, Niners knock 'em cold says it's my son Tay's 9th birthday. He's died for football season to start. He's ready to hit some people. He wants Patrick Willis to to Patrick Willis, some kids out there. This is part of the game where you're supposed to teach things like the spirit of the game and stuff like that. Kill doesn't come into mode. Junior high, maybe you get a little crazy, 12, 13, 14, and beyond, But 9? Can he get a shout out? Of course he can. Let me take some. Wait. Happy 9th birthday to the man Tay. What's up, Tay? Happy 9th birthday, dear Tay. Happy knock 'em dead. Wait. Let's not go that far. Happy knock 'em on their butt, little Tay. Happy birthday to Tay. Tay, you eating that cake? Yeah. Happy birthday. Hey, Jake Swift says, Kittle is a gem. I saw it when we picked him up from his highlights. He had the spark from college. He kept it up to the NFL. I can't wait to see him progress into the top tight end of the league. And actually, officially and technically, he is the top tight end in the league. Because you look at the Ertz and all those guys, you got to go give them all the respect. George will be getting that kind of respect after 2 years of playing good football. Hey, Sac Francisco. This is Jimmy G working with Tom House should bode well for a whole offense. Yep. Because, he's speaking of the things, we have to remember Jimmy G has not had that many reps, and he looks like this at this point. So he gets in a whole season. What is he going to look like this time next year and beyond? That's what I'm talking about. Pretty soon ain't going to be nothing with him. Jordan Kelly, what's up? I'm talking Aaron Rodgers. You can sit your butt down. Chad Garrison, hey, Robert, you need to follow Debo Samuel's Instagram if you aren't doing so already. Dude's putting in work, looking like a beast. Chad, I followed Debo as soon as I seen his name on the draft. I'm following him on every social media the boy is involved in. Hey, Russo!
What's up, Ronbo?
Russo, man, tonight we're looking into the mind of Mrs. Garoppolo's baby boy, and we're seeing his visions, his expectations of himself, the path he's come from and where he's going. Oh, my God. It looks like, the sun is rising and staying right there. It's not going down. And then he tells us about the comparison between Gronk, of which Big Show is protesting, of course. I see you've seen Big Show in the other chat. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
There's no reason to. These guys are in 2 different zip codes, okay? Big Show. Anytime you got a fire going, Russo, if we were out camping and Big Show was there and we bring out the marshmallows and get ready to roast them up on a campfire, Big Show would go out and spray the fire and say, guys, it's time to go to bed. Let's cut the crap, cut this fire out and knock it off. Show's always the rain on the parade. Big Show! Would you stop it? But Russo, what are your feelings here, man?
Well, generally with Big Show, I either completely agree or just completely disagree. He's never really said anything that I was like, I guess, maybe. It's always just absolutely or no way. So this time, it's the first time I'm kind of okay, well, I'm actually they are different players.
Absolutely.
See, so where do you rank Gronkowski all time for tight end? Personally, where do you put
personally,
him?
I put him as the best. Because all the factors involved. Gronk is not.
I put him at 2.
Who'd you put at number 1?
I put Tony Gonzalez at number 1.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
An argument to be made, I guess.
I really think Tony Gonzalez was. He never missed games. He played more seasons.
Well, now see if you go by that, yeah.
Yeah, the longevity, you're looking at production across the board of a longer period of time with similar production. He was putting up tons of receptions,
Scared
He's
me
putting up
every time
tons
we
of
played him.
touchdowns, tons of yardage.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't a liability as a blocker. Like, and it's not like, oh, Tony
Wait,
Gonzalez is so much better
Russo,
than Gronk. But I
Russo,
guess
hold on. Russo, let me get you stopped a second. William Irvs, we don't attack mamas. Okay. All right, go ahead.
So I guess what my point was is, like, it's definitely a debate who's 1 and 2, Gonzalez and Gronk. I guess what my point was is it's not really fair to compare Kittle to Gronkowski based on one, really just one season of production. It's been 2 seasons, but you're looking at, like, a very small sample size. It's kind of like, it's just like when these kids come in the NBA and they're like, LeBron's the next Jordan, Kobe's the next Jordan, Zion's
everybody's
the
the
next
next
LeBron.
Jordan. I know that does get
It's
tiresome.
just like, it's like, come on, dude. Like, you're comparing them to the best to ever play that position. So from that standpoint, I feel like it's really just unfair. And I think Jimmy was more just like showing support and just kind of like, hey, this guy needs to be recognized. Like, you can put the attention on me right now, but he's kind of deflecting. So I think every opportunity he gets, he's like.
But the thing is funny is Jimmy didn't go too far with the comparison. I think he pretty much compared their mentality more than anything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And honestly, like, Gronkowski's what, like 6'5", 260, and Kittle's like 6'2", 250. Like, they're both big boys.
Kittle's 6'4". I think Gronk is 6'7".
Is he 6'4"? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know they're only off by a few inches and and only maybe 10, 15 pounds. It's not like you're not talking night and day as far as like a visual. You know what I mean? So they have some similar comparisons, and for how well that they both catch the ball, like, you're talking some of the best catchers at that position ever. Like, Kittle needs to prove it on a longer term. Sure. But, like, they both block extremely, extremely well for their position. Like, most of these guys, like Jimmy Graham, like, he's basically a wide receiver. He doesn't really block for shit. You know what I mean? He can kind of block, but, like, these are guys that, like, Kelsey doesn't really block. Ertz doesn't really block. These are guys that do both. They're very well-rounded. So I kind of see the comparison, and like you said, like, the mindset and, like, the will to want to win, stuff like that. So I think all said and done, we'll see. But I mean, I think it's more like Jimmy kind of deflecting right now. I think he's trying to, like, they're talking to him like he's just any credit he gets, he's going to give towards Brady, or he's going to give to Shanahan, and then, like, he just kind of wants the attention off him. He's just trying to do him right now and just kind of.
But don't you appreciate that? I like the way Jimmy, you got a lot of guys, their egos won't allow them to look back at some of the guys that have helped them to step up to where they are. And Jimmy, I thought him and Tom had maybe a fractured relationship. They don't, apparently. And some of the things we've heard through media were not accurate. I don't know what happened at TB12, why they wouldn't let Jimmy in, but I don't think Tom actually had anything to do with that. So interesting.
I mean, like, the Patriots kind of hit a lull for a few years. Like, there was, like, a 3-year window where they weren't, like, considered super elite, and they were like, oh, is the dynasty over? Is Brady done? Like, Jimmy G's ready to play. Like, he had torn his ACL a few years prior.
True.
Like, so there were some reasonable questions, and then he just shut those up instantly. And then it got to the point where Brady's like, look, I'm going to play another 7-8 years. I want to win another 2-3 Super Bowls. Let's get this kid out of here. I don't want the distractions, like...
The
it's just like it's unnecessary. He doesn't need that. He's like, go get me Brian Hoyer. You know what I mean? I'll do my thing.
Absolutely no threat. Poor Brian. Brian got a ring out of it though, so it's okay.
Yeah. Man. And what was the other thing? What was the other thing that you were talking about?
Pretty much. Right? I was just looking at how Jimmy G's personality is rounding into a champion, and the comparison he made between Kittle. And you touched upon them both. So
yeah. So I mean, I think I'm excited about Jimmy. I mean, I'm all about him. I think he's the best option that was available when we made the trade, and I think he's still the best option going forward. And we'll just see what it brings. I mean, he didn't really get a fair shake last year. He hasn't really had a fair shake with the Niners yet, and I think people are kind of giving him. He came in, he did his thing at the end of the year. He won 5 games, and then he came in, and then he tore his ACL. Like, he was learning all these new plays and trying to. There's just like a lot on the plate, and I guess hopefully the one thing I hope he learns out of all this is
to run out of bounds.
Get out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking the same thing. Jimmy, Jesus, don't be a hero.
Get out of bounds, man.
Just run your expensive butt out of bounds. So, we
were down like 28-7 in like the beginning of the second quarter. It's like his extra 5 yards wasn't going to make a difference.
No, and
I appreciate the effort,
but don't be stupid. And it's so funny because we were like down 10 points at that point. So I guess Jimmy figured I'll go get this touchdown.
Starting to come back a little bit. Yeah.
We do a onside kick. I mean, we close the gap, and then CJ goes in and throws a TD. So it was interesting how that game ended. And all I could sit there and think, I guess this could have been different.
CJ made that game interesting.
Yeah, but had the defense came to play that day, Russo. That's the thing. And now we got a defense that most likely is going to come and play every day. So we're going to see something different this year. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Russo, we're going to go, man. Let's see you tomorrow, all right?
All right, bro. Sounds good.
Fam. Hey, have a good
night.
Have
a good night. Later.
Yeah, guys, I'm looking at that. Don't work on moms. You can work on the dude. You can use him to talk about somebody's dad. I got to think a soft spot about moms, all right? And especially when I see certain things said about moms. Just yuck. And Jerry Fritz is okay, man. I always get that reaction. First time I ever saw, a guy made a joke about my mom in like a junior high school. I said, man, my mom ain't no, what? And we actually did, we got into a fight. I couldn't take it. And then after a while, it became a fashion to talk about your mama. Even I got into mama jokes. I started talking about other people's mamas. But I can't really do it. I can't talk about mamas. I love moms. Okay, anyway, because you talk about my dad, I'll tell him what you said. You can meet up with him, and he'll kick your ass. I don't have nothing else to say, but I got to kick your ass for mom. Hey, since day one, sup?
I remember. Hello?
Yeah, right here, fam.
Oh, but, man, I've been juggling. Come on, say. I've been. My bad, man. I was like, I had you on speaker. I was running around doing stuff, cooking, and I got my running around. So I can hear you talking, and everyone. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I just want to know. You say cooking. Are you cooking?
Nah, I use the oven.
I get into cooking though, man. You watch all these TV shows that guys are showing you how to cook all the time, right? Because we got 1,000 cooking shows, the Food Channel, all the channels. They're always doing these things. You look at, huh?
No, I never really get into it like that, but when I got my son, I gotta make it happen.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you can't cook. You can't give him no garbage. But he's a child. He's got to have his vitamins.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I gotta.
You can't go out for a hamburger every time. So yeah.
Yeah, I gotta just do some simple stuff. But I had you just playing in the background. That's why I couldn't really. I was just listening to when I heard my name. That's it. But I was listening to everybody. Cool. I was tuning in and everything. How you been though?
Doing great, fam. I'm loving what I'm reading about Jimmy, man, because I was trying to figure out his state of mind coming off that injury like that. I want him to come back and be fierce. It sounds like, he's talking to Tom, and Tom's filling his head, telling him about, because, Tom went through the same injury. He came back and had one of the best seasons of his career. And then you got other quarterbacks. You got Carson Wentz, who just went through the same thing. He came back and had a good year. Again, he went down again last year. You talk about a quarterback that has bad luck with injuries. There's the dude, Carson Wentz. So, but anyway, what Jimmy's situation is, I just want him mentally, Jimmy, don't worry about the knee. Doctor probably told you you're a full go. Now go. Be Jimmy Garoppolo. So. Is that the little guy? What's his name?
Yeah, Isaiah.
Isaiah. Hi, Isaiah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
But
you said hi, Tom. Hi. What's up, Ronbo?
Hi, Isaiah.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Are you a 49er fan?
Hold on, my bad.
It's okay.
Hey, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Here. Right there.
Is Isaiah back? I'm trying to find out, is the little guy a 49er fan? Isaiah, are you a 49er fan?
Yep.
I knew it. You going to be a quarterback when you grow up?
Yeah.
All right. You go. Keep practicing.
He stays right here in Los Angeles. That's why I'm from up north. I'm from right there in Visalia, right there by Fresno.
Mm.
Yeah, but I relocated out here because I'm closer to him. But he's out here in the enemy's territory with the Rams and everybody. But he follows me with everything, so I don't even got to tell him. He's sporting it.
You guys don't need to worry, man. Pretty soon, you know, there's a lot of 49er fans in that area. Pretty soon, the Rams have one more bad year, and I got a feeling they're going to go through the Super Bowl blues, along with losing all them people. I got a feeling them blue jerseys running around there, they're going to be less and less. Rams fans, ain't no, you know. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, regardless, I think, man, our Niners fan base, regardless, is heavy. Like, one of my friends, he came to a Rams game last year, and then he was like, he was off, hesitant about coming flamed up and stuff. I was like, man, don't worry about that, bro. We're off your colors, but that's it. And then he came, and he come to find out, it was like the home side was all over the field. It was crazy.
I know.
And you can see it. We take the Red Sea takes over everywhere, Ronbo. You know that.
I know. I saw that. Even with the Charger games, there's more Niner fans in there for that game last year than was Chargers. I was laughing. But anyway, hey, since we're going to run out of time because it's getting late, but we better talk about.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Get into Jimmy G and what we got projected for him going forward, because the man has been working out, learning from everybody he could. I expected a great year from him, and also. Here's Jimmy G's assessment comparing Gronk, and it's a small comparison. It's supposed to pretty much mentally. But what do you see in the comparison between Gronk and George Kittle? And it's not so unrealistic to make that comparison either. Not now.
Nah, yeah, they're the two different ball games.
Yeah.
I think they're both dynamic in their own ways, you know. But I would rather have Kittle though, to be honest, because Kittle, in my eyes. Kittles, they both have their attributes. They both stand out.
Yeah.
One of them got crazy range, crazy size. The other one got speed. I think George is going to be better in his route running. He's still going to get better. I think he's going to get better in that. And then the main reason why is durability. I think that George is going to be more durable. Like, his work ethic is crazy, man. Like, people who put like, for example, I use LeBron. He spends millions of dollars on his training on the offseason, and he works out crazy. And when it comes crunch time, and you got to bang, you don't get hurt. And
yes.
I think George is gonna be durable more and more. And but I think that I'm excited, man.
I hope all our guys think that way, though. You know, don't be. If you're coming out there getting hurt, part of it may be your fault. So we got that sports science team working with our guys. So we'll see.
Yeah, you got to. It's a lot of it's mental, though. A lot of it's mental, and a lot of people. One person can be going through the same kind of pain as the other one, but one of them, they're hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it sits
it's all
down.
on you.
True.
Yeah, and some can recover quicker than others, right?
Yeah, we've seen that.
I think that's just because mental. If you speak it into existence, then you're gonna be hurt, bro. But I'm excited about it. I think Jimmy, Brady came back from ACL too, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, and had it in the following year. He had one of his best years too. So it's not the end of a quarterback's career. Some positions it can be a little tougher to come back from. You can't skill positions like cornerback, running back, wide receiver. It could have a lingering effect, but quarterbacks should be okay, especially one that works from the pocket.
Yeah, and I think it was. Sucks what happened, like who knows what we could have did, but I think it was good for him to knock him down, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you don't want him to be good and do all that, and then you got to get reminded, and because it happens to everybody, you got to get knocked down, you got to be humbled, and I think it happened to him early, and then he's going to be super cautious. He's sliding left, and I already can see it. He's not stupid. Like, he's just, some people stand out like if you talk to them, you could tell. You could probably judge them. Like, man, this guy. Like, you talk to Eli Manning, and he's like, oh. And you talk to Jimmy, and Jimmy will break something down. Like, you could just tell. Like, but Jimmy's like, he knows what's at stake. He knows what's up, and I'm excited. Appreciate what you do, though, Ronbo. I'm gonna let you touch down with everyone else, and was wondering what happened last night. You know what I'm saying? But hey, no matter what happens,
Well,
you know we'll be.
Go ahead.
Hey, we'll be here though always, and appreciate what you do,
appreciate that,
Ronbo. And we don't ever. I don't ever. Me personally speaking, I don't ever get butthurt if you don't come on, because people think you're a machine, Ronbo. They think that you have no life. Hey, they think that you just turn on the. They think that you just turn on the switch like Ronbo time and that's it, and then you come to life, and then when the show's off, they think that you just shut down. Like, hell, Ronbo got the life too. Ronbo's a Ronbo, you got grandkids or you got kids?
I don't got quite. I definitely don't have grandkids, but I don't actually. That's a long story on the kids, but.
All right, Ronbo. We'll touch bases. We'll touch down and.
Go ahead.
Appreciate what you do, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. And I tell you what, I'll be looking for you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, that's cool, Ronbo. You have a good night.
All right, you too.
Empire, stay up, stay faithful. All right, man.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Good night, Isaac.
All right, you too.
All right, guys.
All right, good night.
Hey, what's your ATM Stacks? Finally, ATM has returned. Jay Good 49. He says, my girl got me Kittle and Goodwin jerseys for my birthday. God, doesn't get any better than that. See, because I've always had this thing about Goodwin, man. I think that dude is just awesome, man. Game for Life 07. Kittle is a beast. Easy to say. Damn, about time you come back. Finally. I got to come back next time I miss a day or so. Finally, the Ronbo has come back to Ronbo Sports. G. Smith is Ronbo was good by night, fam. Hey, G. Smith, man, just hanging in there. Richard Doggo, what's up? What up, Nana Empire? Rich. Hey, Jason.
Yes.
Jay.
What's up, man?
Jason, man, I'm just sitting back here, man, and I'm every time I read something about the G, that dude is a responsible individual. You know what I'm saying? It's like this year we're not hearing about TMZ and all that other stuff going on with G, man. The dude is serious, man. Dude has been practicing, learning from people, reflecting back on Tom Brady's education from him. Stayed there. He made a little comparison between somebody that, he was asked about, is it right to make any comparison between Gronk and, of course, George Kittle. So, I'm saying, man, this is great stuff.
Gronk and Kittle, two different types.
Yeah, actually.
Kittle, more Vernon Davis,
Yeah, more
put
athletic.
the burners on, go over the middle, go up the skinny route, up the middle of the seams. But he also has versatility in the blocking game. Vernon had that too. So they're just two types. Gronk is not burning nobody. I've seen Kittle flat out burn dudes.
I know, man. That dude, 20 miles an hour, Jason. He's been clocked at 20 miles. That big
he don't want to go down.
monster running that fast.
He doesn't want to go down either. I've seen him have the opportunity to step out of bounds and decide to just face, give you the good one to the face. So it is different styles.
George loves to put that right up underneath your chin, where it's not illegal, because now they're calling on ball carriers. If you touch the man's face mask, you could get a flag. I've seen that happen in a couple of games. I don't think it happened to the Niners.
I heard guys.
But I would say, what?
I heard someone compare him to Kelsey, but I think the difference for me, Kelsey's more possession.
Yeah.
He got some speed, but he'll catch any pass. It kind of reminds me of the tight end we picked up in the draft. He doesn't have burners,
Caden.
He goes up and gets it.
Caden Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll go up, get it, and throw it at him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I definitely know, and that's definitely. Kelsey gets open. Apparently, he runs pretty good routes too, or he takes advantage of having guys like Tyreek Hill, and who's that other receiver, the other speed guy that can't stay on the field either, Sammy Watkins. You got those guys
Watkins.
that just
I don't know how Watkins became a journeyman. I wanted us to get him.
I know you, but he gets hurt worse than people be talking about. The guys we got, boy, Sammy be
He's
sitting
injury
down.
prone, yeah. Yeah.
We'll see what he looks like this year, though. But yeah.
Yo, I was just reflecting on something just earlier when you was talking, and I just wanted to bring it up. It's kind of retro, but I was thinking about 2011, where we messed up at. I can say this now that I've become a pundit of this 49ers decade. We should have stayed with Alex Smith, and I'm going to tell you why. When Alex Smith, just think about the offense we was running under Alex Smith. When Harbaugh handed him that playbook, we were running formations. We were getting delay of games for a while because the formations were so. You remember that, Ronbo?
Yeah.
When we would put,
and that didn't stop with Alex. Damn it.
Isaac Sepulveda in the backfield at fullback. We were doing all kind of offense, but we fell in love with the speed of Kaepernick, so they dumbed it all down and went with the read option. Once we went with the read option, it just kind of made us kind of one-dimensional with our air attack. You know what I mean? Alex Smith, that would have changed history. We can't do it again, obviously, but, looking back, if Alex Smith doesn't get hurt, or if Kyle Williams doesn't have all those different things going on, not to bring up the pain of that, but I'm just saying, we go to New England and we beat the brakes off the Patriots with our front seven.
They would have never got past the 49ers defense that year.
Now, do you next year still get rid of Alex Smith? You see what I'm saying? So that would have changed a lot, because our offense was so dynamic with Alex Smith as far as the receivers. We were doing a lot more with Delaney Walker and guys we had. When Cap got there, it was kind of like the Kaepernick show.
Yep.
Mostly. Yeah. But we can't, never know for sure. Now we have the pocket
but Jason, I just want to say on that too, though, they were still getting delay of game because for some reason the communication between Frank and Harbaugh and the quarterback, I don't know what that was about, but every time they had to call a timeout, I said, oh, hell no, man. What do y'all work on in practice all week? What is this? So, yeah.
Harbaugh Greg Roman was showing me that he was really a genius at that time. But then when we went with the read option, I was like, man, it made us very limited in what we could do. Even though it took us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And we should have won.
It did do some things.
Yeah.
13-3, we went with Alex Smith, though, right? That first year,
That's true. That's true.
So, I mean, we were kind of doing pretty good there. Delayed games. So now Shanahan's offense is more complex, but at least we don't have all those delayed games because there's not a lot of formation changes. He kind of comes out and they know what they're doing right at the line. Where Smith's offense, we would be lining, and we get a lot of formation penalties too, like misformation. I can't remember the call of it, like guys lined up in the wrong places and they get throw flags for that.
Or stupid mental errors, like your head is sticking an inch over the line. But Jason, you know what? We have to cut it short tonight because we got to get out of here. But listen, tomorrow night, fam, be right on back.
Sunday night. All right, Ronbo, have a blessed night, man.
You too, fam. Have a good night.
Peace.
Yeah, that's Jason. Always got a great perspective. All right, we're going to 856 Morristown. Hello, Morristown. Morristown, New Jersey. Hello.
Can you hear?
Yeah, what is your name?
Can you hear me, Ronbo?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, what is your name?
My name is Marcus. I'm from Morristown, New Jersey. How you doing?
Marcus, doing great, man. And sitting there, I'm still watching things how they're forming before we go into the into the training camp, right? And I'm loving where Jimmy G's head is at. And because last year he may have even been a little cocky, right? But after that little humbling experience, And the dude is like going to school again. I mean, he doesn't have a Tom House down in SoCal. You know, he was talking to Kyle's dad in the off season. I mean, the dude is like just soaking up as much knowledge as he can while he gets his mind ready, while his body's healing up. I think we got something serious coming with Jimmy G this year. So I was reflecting on that. And also about that comparison between Gronk. Is it silly? Is it nearly on target? Are they, they're two different guys? I mean, all your thoughts on these things.
First, in regards to Jimmy G, I love where his head is at. I know, he's trying to get his body back right. But I think tackling the mental part of the game first is going to help him a lot. One of the things that really struck me is listening to Richard Sherman and seeing him in OTAs and Richard talking about the types of throws that Jimmy was making or he was trying to make. He was pushing the envelope. He was throwing the ball into some tight windows. So that lets me know that his mindset is already there and that he's trying to take what he's learning from all of these different outlets and he's trying to put it into practice now. So I can't wait until we get to training camp to really see him really step it up a notch and really rev it up. And then I love our receiving options. One of the pieces that I'm really falling in love with this offseason is Deebo Samuel. Just watching the clips that he puts up on Instagram of the way that he's working, the routes that he's working on. I love the kid. I think he's going to be amazing in this offense. Next to Pettis, next to Goodwin, next to Trent Taylor in the slot. I've heard it a lot tonight on your show, all the people calling in that we can be a top 10 offense, and I think we could be top 5. If everybody stays healthy with the running back core that we have, with the offensive line that we have, listen, we are going to be amazing. I think I'm not sure if you've had any contact with a few of my buddies. They run the Nothing But Niners crew over here in Jersey. Yeah, me, my boy Nick, my boy Joe, we got our tickets. We're all squared away. We'll be in Cali on September 22nd for the home opener against Pittsburgh. We'll be in the building, so I can't wait to see our boys live on the field. That's going to be so amazing.
Especially against Roethlisberger. We're not talking about some no-name, easy-to-beat-up quarterback. We're talking about Big Ben, right? I don't know what they're going to look like, since they've done what they've done to their team. But that's going to be a good game. You guys coming in for exactly a good game. If you couldn't make the Monday Nighter, this is another one that's a good one. So,
absolutely. I want at least one sack each from Buckner, Ford, and Bosa. I gotta see Roethlisberger on his back in Levi Stadium.
Oh man!
And lastly, real quick, because I know you're trying to get everybody out of here. On the conversation between Gronk and Kittle, like everyone said, they're two different types of players. They both add, their special things. Personally, I wouldn't put Gronk in my top 5 of tight ends all time just because of durability issues. Not saying that he isn't special, but I can't put Gronk over guys like Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp, Ozzie Newsome.
I forgot about Oz. Yeah.
Antonio Gates, Jason Witten. I can't put him over those type of guys. What he did was special, but when you talk about those guys, it's the longevity aspect. But
that's true.
Who's that? Kittle brings something different.
No, I was just thinking, Tony Romo called Jason Witten the greatest football player in the game. Remember that? About 3 seasons back.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
Witten can play. I mean, he's clutch. So
he was. So I can't put Gronk over those type of guys, but he was special in his own right. But Kittle, I love what he brings. I love his tenacity. I love his attitude. He does things the right way. He plays the game the right way. He has fun, but he's about his business. I love his speed. I love his hands. So I just want to see him continue on that trajectory from last season. Obviously, his targets may dip. You know, if our wide receiver core stays healthy and Jimmy G's moving the ball around, if our running backs stay healthy, and like you mentioned earlier tonight, if we can start using the screen pass with the running backs that we have.
Least. Yes.
just sprinkle it in.
Every now and then. Maybe not even 2 weeks in a row. Can we just see it sometime?
Yeah, just sometimes. Just sprinkle it in, you know. But if we can start to do those things, then maybe his targets dip. He may not have the same amount of yards or same amount of catches, but I don't think that will diminish his effectiveness in the offense. So, you know, with everyone around him staying healthy and getting better, that's only going to make him better. And he just adds another dimension to this team that defensive coordinators are going to be like, what do we do this week?
I know. I can't wait till that question starts popping up on everybody in our schedule, every DC in our schedule. Well, you know, there's only one way to approach this. You don't have that many options. What are you going to do? We could shut this down, and hopefully they'll be a little weaker or they'll fail in this area. And if we can do that, we'll give our offense a chance to get on the field a little longer and give us a better chance to win. I want to hear teams saying things like, give us a better chance to win. It will not be assumed that you could beat the 49ers on any given Sunday. Yes! Man.
Absolutely. That's what I love. I can't wait till the first defense just has a wheel of fortune wheel, and they're just spinning it to see what defensive coverage they're going to throw out there because they don't know what to use. They're just going to be guessing at that point. That's going to be a good day.
It's like I said earlier. I tell you, it's like I don't think you need more than 11 guys to stop the potential of what, because I'm talking about Kyle Shanahan. It has a lot to do with the players, but this assembly of talent he's got with and a lot of them have like a diversity of talents. You got something there now that you can shift gears on suddenly within the middle of a play, depending on what if I don't know if Weston Richburg is going to be as good as Alex Max was, but you can actually read that defense. You can send that back to Jimmy. Jimmy will know exactly what to dial up. There'll be times when they can ad lib. Shanahan's going to throw the play in, but there'll be times when they can make their own adjustments out there. You see a few pre-snap movements out there, and Shanahan will probably be looking up, wait a minute, what are they doing there? That's not what I called. And all of a sudden you see him explode, do something crazy. That's when they become one with the Shanahan mind. That's when we're going to the Super Bowl. I wish it would happen this year. I don't know, but it's upcoming, fam. It's upcoming.
It is. It is.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a glorious day.
Hey, tell you what we do. Let me see you tomorrow, man. We got some time, huh? Mark?
Oh, I'll be back tomorrow. Absolutely.
All right. Be looking for you. All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo. Take it easy. You too.
All right. Thanks, man. All right, I think we got time for one more. Hey, Tyler!
Ronbo, my man.
Tanner, what are you up to now, man? It's like, well, it actually is Saturday night, so I guess you'd be out hanging up doing Netflix and maybe calling up a few of your girlfriends, Tyler. I figure by now you must have at least 3.
Yeah.
Even Tyler laughs.
I take after Jimmy in that respect.
Speaking of Jimmy, Tyler, because we haven't got a lot of time here, what are you thinking here with Jimmy G, man? His mind is like, it's demonstrated a maturity that maybe some of us weren't even aware of. I love the way he's thinking now and how he's getting over that hurdle of having an injury like a knee. Because, I've never injured my knee that serious, so I don't know what it's like coming back from that and thinking, especially to come back and feel like you did before you hurt your knee. What do you have to, mentally, what do you got to do to make yourself understand, I'm fine, I can do this. I mean, So
Brady did it. And people need to quit acting like, he may not come back the same. It's like, kidding me? Brady came back and he's been better than ever in his 40s.
And that year he had a great year after he came back from that injury as well. So yeah.
Didn't he come back and wasn't that the year that he had Randy Moss or what? I can't really remember.
Yeah, I can't remember which year he hurt himself, but I do know that he had one of his best years of his career coming off of that injury.
He might have had. That might have been the season he had 50 touchdowns with Randy Moss.
Wow. Can you imagine? You know how much work it takes to throw 50 touchdowns?
Yeah, Mahomes did it this year.
All right, well, look at that. There you go. There you go. Mahomes was a machine this past year. And that left-handed throw for a touchdown, I just can't get over that. And his no-look passes, Mahomes is going to reinvent that position. No-look passes, and they're accurate? What? God.
Yeah, I mean, he just knows where his guys are.
So, but as far as Jimmy goes, I like where you're going with that. You look at some of the other quarterbacks that have done well. Jimmy's got no reason to be fearful of what he's going to be like next year.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. You could tell at the state of the franchise. He was saying he's so excited for the season. There's no fear in his eyes, So, I mean, he was the one taking all those hits whenever he was throwing the ball. He's fearless.
And Tyler, you should be able to appreciate this more than anybody because you bring this up all the time. Did you notice how Jimmy's focused this year? I mean, the guy's down in L.A., but we didn't hear it. TMZ never could find him. And if they were, they never had nothing they could bother him with.
Not yet. Let's not speak too soon on that.
Yeah, well, he's got to come back in a couple
weeks. I have to look
weeks.
up the exact date.
Yeah.
I have to look up that exact date that it came out last year.
I still think he's camped out at Kara's house during the evenings anyways. So he's going to practice when he's out of Tom's house.
He's probably this year he might be like, just forget these hoes. I can't have any distractions.
No, that's what I'm saying. Seriously, I think that's what page he's on this year. So, because I'm feeling good about that. Because, man, I'm telling you, Tyler, look at this, man. The assembly of talent around Jimmy G. All they need is a little maturity. Everybody's kind of young, but they're mostly talented. And then you got Dante Pettis who's got a year on.
Second year.
Yeah.
The second year is the maturity year. And Jimmy said that Dante Pettis is, quote, something else.
Yeah,
meaning he's primed to break out.
Yeah, and a lot of times these rookies, it just takes them, they got to get over the fact that they are rookies. Okay, you're a part of this now, so act the part. You don't have to be timid or shy. Just get out there and kick butt. So I got a feeling Pettis is going to have something similar to what George Kittle had last year. I'm hoping. Because he seems like he's got an attitude this year.
Pettis will be hopefully the number one, and then they'll forget – I don't want to say forget about Goodwin, but they're going to be like – they're going to kind of forget about him a little, and then just that moment, that's when he's going to start – like they're going to have – I feel like it's going to be a problem because like Fred Warner said about him and Kawhi, it's going to be a problem. Because the thing is, you have Goodwin with all that speed, right?
Yeah.
And then you got the rookie Deebo Samuel. He's obviously everybody's talking about him being very good. Yeah. And then Dante Pettis has the breakout second year.
Yeah.
Him and George Kittle are near. I don't want to say near the same level, but say they're both like playing at an elite level. Pettis is breaking out, having a great year. Kittle having a great year like he does.
And don't forget about my dude in the slot. Man, I'm telling you, right? People need to watch out for Trent Taylor.
I'm not worried about him, but I mean, he could be another forgotten link. Like they focus all their attention on Pettis and they'll be focusing on Kittle at the beginning of the season, but then all these other guys are going to start making plays, and then they're going to be like, how do we contain this? All these guys are so good. Like if you start even if you just focus your attention on Kittle, like you can only double one guy. You can't double everybody. Like they talk about. They're talking about how they had Bosa and Ford and Buckner. They're like, you can't double everybody. Like, you can't double everybody at receiver either. So if you double Kittle and Pettis is playing an elite second-year level like Kittle did last year, like I predicted. I predicted before last season Kittle's going to go off, and he did. Just like I predict Pettis will this year. So,
but
not saying that I know that, but
if you're Kyle Shanahan, though, the minute I see that the DC is this stupid, if you double on Kittle, I'm putting Goodwin on the field. Because now, if you do that, you're going to get hurt badly. Because now I got to –
they're playing.
Kittle's only going to cut right off of Goodwin's tail.
Man.
Oh, man. And we saw that during the Denver game. Did you see Kittle and Goodwin coming down the field at the same time, right? And Marquise takes off. Goodwin cuts off his tail, almost precision cut, right off his hip. Boom! And Nick knew right where he was going to go. He had an option, of course, go deep to Goodwin, or go ahead and hit George. Boom! It's George. George runs off. I said, you look at this. There's nothing a defense can do. Your linebacker's been frozen. because he already sees Kittle, so he should see Kittle cut. He's going to run. It's too late. Kittle's gone. Your safety committed. You got to go after. You got to go for
Think about it,
Goodwin.
man.
That's 6 points.
Think about it. You also add a Tevin Coleman. You add a Deebo Samuel. You add
don't forget Juice.
Yeah, you already had Juice, but then you add in a second-year Dante Pettis primed to break out.
Pettis is running down the right side.
The chemistry with Jimmy G right now is on. Like, I'm pretty sure Pettis is down there working out, throwing the ball around with him. So their chemistry, man, it's going to be nuts. And there's nothing a defensive coordinator can do. Like, if you double Kittle, it's over. Like, you can't have Pettis and Goodwin one-on-one with DBs. It's just not going to work. Pettis is too special of a route runner, and Goodwin is just too fast.
And see, that's
why Goodwin's, we always talk about, if Goodwin stays healthy. Well, you know what? I hope he doesn't stay like he did last year. Oh, my goal for this year is to stay healthy, because look what happened to him.
I know, right? Well, see, but he knows that's the only way it can be stopped.
Last year it wasn't even with health. Last year it wasn't even with health with him necessarily, because he missed a lot of time due to his family issues and losing his kids.
Hopefully that doesn't happen this
I think
year.
Goodwin's going to have a lot of pressure taken off him. So I think he's going to be really good this year. And like, nobody talks about it outside of the fan base. But also, I've seen a few guys on YouTube like talking about us winning the division and stuff. And there was an Eagles fan that was defending us.
Everybody's talking about him. We're talking about him last week.
Yeah.
Tanner, we really got to wrap up. I got to step out, and I got to step out in a couple of minutes. So let me tell you what. Let me see you tomorrow, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm ready to make a run for that division title. The Rams, there were these two guys on NFL Network. They had the Rams going 8-8. So obviously, it wasn't Adam Rank predicting it.
Yeah.
But these other two guys did it, and he had the Rams going 8-8 and splitting the series with us.
Easily. Come on. The Rams are not the same team as last year. People need to stop acting like it.
I appreciate the respect, because somebody put 16-0. Another guy walks over there, and then he changes it and puts an L with us on there, like us beating them in one of the games. And I was like, some respect now. Here we go.
There you go. All right, Tyler, say goodnight, man, because we really got to get out of here. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Niner Empire Night for life. Yeah, Niner Empire Night for life. For our faithful. Jimmy G, stay away from the hose. Know you're in L.A. Keep putting that work in. Pipe bomb.
Yeah. Let me go down through this really quickly, because I'm really late here. Hey. Oh. I lost actually, I don't need this, do I? Hey, and I see Kevin Robinson, Big Island, Hawaii. Hey, DB's going to count 1, 2, 3 and jump the route. Wait, I like that. DB's going to count 1, 2, 3 and jump the route. Big 6. And Mr. Leaks, I was looking for you tonight. He says, I have to go. My neighbor's house is on freaking fire. Oh, my God. The first day I call it, this happens. Sorry, I got to go. I'll try to call it tomorrow if you're streaming. We are. I'll try to watch the stream again later. Hey, good luck with that fire, Mr. Leaks. That sounds scary. Dominic Winters, what's up? Creole St. Croix says, who thinks Kittle was a fluke or a flash in the pan? Be careful about the way you reply to this. Your true football knowledge will be questioned if you think Kittle is not the real deal. I know, And the story behind Kittle is amazing. They weren't looking for any tight end when they went to Iowa. They went there looking for CJ. Kittle will just be half the guy on the receiving end. He says, hey, who's that? That's George Kittle. Really? Is he any good? What do you think? Yeah, I do. That's what I'm asking. Mike DeCourt says, what's up? Thanks for everything you do and make every year exciting. Can't wait till it starts. Mike, thanks, fam. And Jordan Kelly says, Ronbo Sports, what's going to happen with Robbie Gould? We're going to find out Monday. Monday Night Raw is going to be scary, man, because we were sitting there thinking, Robbie didn't sign. Okay. What do we do now? So, Anthony Wright, Jerry Fresh. Hey, click Jerry Fresh's name. Get on over to his channel. I'm going to get over there. Jerry, I'm going to be over shortly. I promise you, man. Hey, he says, breaking news. Good. Hey, like this video if you haven't already. Thanks, Jerry. Jerry's so cool. Click Jerry Fresh. You take you right to his channel. Anthony Wright. I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan, and I will tell you that running back Tevin Coleman is the second best receiving running back in the National Football League behind Carolina's Christian McCaffrey. Ooh, but Coleman is faster. And that's fast because Christian McCaffrey is not slow. So we already know how Coleman can run, though. And Boom Gomez, thanks, Ronbo, for all you do. Go Niners. And hey, Boom, thanks, fam. Chris Wall, I'm going to be listening while I clean out my office closet. I'm still catching up on past Ronbo streams, and it makes the most boring chores entertaining. Thank you for what you do. You're the real MVP, Chris. Too much. I'm blushing. I'm too dark. You can't see the redness. Oh, Chris Scott. Chris in the house. Empire, what's cracking? Easy the third. Chris. He said, Easy the third. Yo, I heard Selleck is going to retire from the NFL after the back surgery. Is that true? I could see that being true. I didn't see anything on that yet, but it would make sense. Because you don't know what the doctor told him about his back surgery, so it could be serious. Well, more about that later, I guess, huh? Snozzle Shabizzle. That's the name, man. He sounds like Snoop Dogg. I just love the show. Keep doing your thing. I can't wait for preseason as the head turns and bells get rung. Bong. Something for Nut 10. It's like that some 10 for Nut 10. Hey, what's really wrong? I know you like rhymes. 13-3. 9 is hard to beat. League MVP, and that too, Jimmy G. Man, I got to get out of here, and I got to get out of here fast. I tell you what, though, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be a little earlier, and we can hang out a little longer. Niners!